Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Genesis podcast. This will be our 10th episode, and today we have special guests here. If you accompany us on the social media, you will see that this is our newest partner. We have announced the partnership with them this week, and today we will dive into what is their project, what motivated them to build the project, what they saw in Move Network, and explore a bit of our synergies and show everyone what you can expect from us in the next months and how we will evolve the ecosystem together. So, as we usually do, we can do the go around the screen, as we always say, to introduce ourselves and see what we're on to today. So, yeah, I'm Martin, your marketing guy at Move Network, and I'm proud to be here in the 10th episode of the Genesis podcast.
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm the CEO of Move Network. We're building a layer two that utilizes the Move smart contract language. I would say it's the safest smart contract language out there. We're making it work on Ethereum so that people of existing ecosystem of Ethereum can use the smart contract language. And Crack is one of our partners, ecosystem partners.
Yeah, I'm Uğur, the co-founder and CEO of Crack. I have over 4 years of experience in the industry as a computer engineer.
Yeah, thanks, Uğur. I am Veli, co-founder and CTO at Crack portal. My background is started at nearly 20 years ago in software development area, but in blockchain is nearly 10 years ago. And in the next in the in the other things,
Mhm.
Yeah, super nice. And for
10 years is
those
a
who are
long time, Martin, isn't it? 10 years is a long time in crypto.
Yeah, 10 years. It's like you saw Bitcoin at first, like let's say under $1,000, I guess.
Yeah.
It is only a technical issues. My concern is only a technical side, not trading and other things.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and yeah, for those who are coming in right now and are not necessarily familiarized with the Move Network ecosystem or with Crack Portal, and want to have more context on what's going on here, Crack is our new partner, and they are revolutionizing Move Network by seamlessly integrating a game hub, NFT marketplace, and DEX into one easy to use, one like user friendly platform. So from that, you can already get a grasp of the significance of this to the Move Network ecosystem. But now, I guess let's start by diving a bit deeper into what this means, how this started, and everything. So, for you guys, Vali and Ugur, could you tell us a bit more what inspired you to like visualize Crack Portal? What brought you to create this platform? Like because this is a very complete platform. We not so often we see such a complete platform. What inspired you to bring these functionalities and bring this project together?
Sure. Back in 2021, I was introduced to the world of NFT games, which were gaining massive popularity at the time. Within my close circle, there were teams actively playing these games and earning money. I joined in, played for a while, and enjoyed the experience. Later, I started investing in game tokens, which gave me first-hand experience with the crypto markets. However, the market kept dropping, and as it did, interest in NFT games waned. During this period, I had several game developers around me, and we brainstormed ideas to create a Web2 game. We started development and eventually sent the game to traditional publishers. While the cost calculations weren't too bad, we didn't get any responses, actually. Many Web2 games studios and developers struggle to break through or sustain themselves using this traditional route. After experiencing this process, I began to explore how to merge the new opportunities offered by Web3 with the proven strengths of Web2. For about a year, I researched new and emerging games and gaming platforms on both Web2 and Web3 fronts. I noticed recurring challenges, especially with onboarding Web2 users to Web3 and fully leveraging the potential of the traditional gaming industry. On one hand, traditional game studios should be able to showcase their games to global audiences and unlock new revenue streams without requiring extra budgets. On the other hand, users should be able to explore Web3 opportunities easily while playing the games they love and they know. Once this idea became clear in my mind, I started connecting with the best possible people to bring it to life. Veli, who fit this vision perfectly, joined as our CTO. Over approximately 11 months, we built a solid team, made significant progress, and continue to move forwards.
Nice.
Really nice. You mentioned this idea of going from Web2 gaming to Web3 gaming, and I'm pretty curious on that. Uh, how did you manage? What did you see you could do to make this easier? Like to make it easier for people to understand that Web3 gaming could be as easy or even easier and better and like more fun, or I don't know, than Web2 gaming. Could you go a little bit into that?
Yeah, sure. We offer an SDK for Web2 game studios to easily transition their games into Web3. And also, we offer an AI assistant for Web2 users. And we help them to transition.
Yeah, and like this is more focused on the developer side, which is really important. And for users, do you see any difference, any like palpable difference for users when playing like in Web2 games and playing in Web3 gaming?
Also, Web2 users won't realize Web3 until they need to manage their tokens. And when they want to manage their tokens, our AI assistant help them as an clear documentation. And also, we offer a utility with our token, and also we offer a revenue mechanism for users.
Yeah, amazing. This is really nice. So you see that you are like really taking care of the two main fronts, which are devs and users, and by making it easy and understandable for all of them, you enable this to scale. And now looking into the partnership between Crack and Move Network, this question is now a bit more turbulent. We see that gaming is a huge case for blockchain. Like we have the key narratives. We always see about finance, about gaming, about art, and so on. And gaming is really relevant. Has been more relevant in this run right now that we're on. And how would you say that Move Network's infrastructure, like the main idea behind Move Network, could help in the gaming scenario as well? Like we went into like in the past episodes, we talked with dexes, we talk with real world assets and so on, and now into
Mhm.
gaming. How do you see Move Network coming handy in this?
Yeah, actually, I really believe in the future of gaming, Web3 gaming on Move Network, because the language, Move language, is really nicely built for, especially for games. That's like the flexibility of like the asset creation, the dynamic object based like asset creation really helps like be able to like add like when you have a game character, it allows you to add like um, components or features and additional things. Like you when you play a game, you don't just have a character. You can't just have a character and a sword, and other things are kind of separated from each other. These are connected things. So the move language, especially the way we have an object framework, which allows people to be able to like have a character. A character will have like experience points or like the health and other things. And the more you play, like you can change these features or the values, and then add like an on board like a sword you're holding, like other potions, other things, gems you earn, other things, and then be able to like include them, take them out, and very easily in the move language. The other aspect is this. What we make easy for users is we make Move Network like really seamless for Ethereum users. And when you think about it, like Ethereum has, I think, over 200 million users, and they're ready to like play games. We're not introducing like additional tools, additional like onboarding issues for them. We're using, for instance, we're using Ethereum token. Our consensus is based on Ethereum itself, and then the transfer of the tokens is about takes about one like finalization, which is like 15-20 seconds, and allows like any user on Ethereum to be able onboard to Move Network and start using, which allows like game platforms like game portals like Crack to be able to like take advantage of like existing Ethereum tools like Ethereum wallets for games. Unity, there's a lot of Unity wallets. There's a lot of like wallets for like different kind of SDKs, and then they can kind of seamlessly use these SDKs and make people use like on board. There's also other things like social logins and other things, and I really like that idea of like AI helping users to onboard, because onboarding is a challenge. But for existing Ethereum users, we make it very easy to onboard onto games. If the user is not familiar with Ethereum, I think Crack will help there on board easily onto Move Network, and then just kind of keep users can kind of play their games and enjoy the game and not worry about the blockchain itself, while earning tokens and assets on the game, on the blockchain, and then later maybe use that with other things. Plus, we will have like interoperability between different chains, including like the super chain, Optimism super chain, and external chains also, which will allow like people like be able to, like if you have games in like different chains, Crack supports those chains. You can onboard them to send them over there, play another game over there, send your tokens over there. We're gonna see a lot of like interoperability play this really well with games, and allow users like really enjoy different games and move their assets around, and like stay in the game, stay in the blockchain space instead of just taking it out, doing something else, and then coming back. Really stay in the game, in blockchain game and Web3 game, and stay there and enjoy different games. And I think we're going to see more and more kind of games taking advantage of this interoperability, and something that we're like excited to work with Crack about that.
Yeah, this is really nice. We always mention bringing in like new people that maybe are not used to Ethereum, and we will help them to
Mm-hmm.
get used to it and everything, and like be as easy to use as it is like for an OG and for a newcomer and all that stuff. And this reminded me of what we got into like the beginning of the conversation. 10 years of experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is really what it means like to be an true OG. So I would like to hear a bit more from you guys. What is your background, like your previous experiences, both in crypto and blockchain, or blockchain development? What was your first experiences? What was your first bag or in a bull run or something like that? Like um, some fun cases you may have seen in this journey, and how it built up your character until today, where you're building like this amazing protocol.
Yeah, I can start. I'm a computer engineer, as I mentioned, with experience in building large-scale projects using traditional technologies. As I mentioned earlier, my journey into the crypto space began in 2021 with investments, which later evolved into research and development. I focused on developing smart contracts and creating decentralized applications. This journey has now transitioned into the work I'm doing with Crack, where I continue to explore and build in the blockchain space.
Thanks, Uğur. My background is three pets. I separate my pets three. One pet is a software development pet. Second, cryptography pet in computer engineering last year, and also blockchain is pet. First pet software development is starting in nearly more than 20 years because in high school I have a computer and I am geek about and very crazy about computer games and other things and other things. But my professional software development experience is started at 28, nearly 15 years ago, in computer engineering school in university. I and in my professional career has a very pet like I am developed several projects in enterprise and other startups like Java. I use Java, JavaScript, and blockchain area. I use Solidity, Rust, and Mo language. Uh, uh, yeah, and also in Rust in Turkey, I am a co-founder of a Turkey Rust community. Also, I am met at Rust language nearly 3 years, and second pet cryptography in university. We have a cryptography lesson class, and I teach. I am learning and about işte cryptography, hashing algorithms and other algorithms. I like it, but in the blockchain, very useful for me. It's it class and third pet blockchain area. Blockchain area I said before 10 years ago because in my professional experience in a startup, I saw a equity wallet in Bitcoin mining in our servers. My team lead, my team lead. Yeah, it is different from traditional path, traditional software developments, and yeah, I search about blockchain and Bitcoin and other things, but I stopped 2 years in my blockchain career because I need money. It is emotional only, and at 70 bull run in 70 bull run near 7 years ago, I research about blockchain, hyperledger technologies, and other things. Also, we me and my friend tried a gateway application in blockchain, but my technical background is not enough. But it is stopped. This project, that project, we stopped that project, and after I am learn Solidity language and Ethereum environments, and after that I am very I am very excited about Ethereum Solidity languages and other things, and nearly 3 years ago I saw Rust languages in near ecosystem. Yeah, wow, it is very crazy languages about me. I said, and Mo language is experience is developed two projects about NFT and staking contract in Aptos and Sui network uh, nearly 2 years ago, and it is my experience in these areas.
Really nice. This what you mentioned, it fits really nice into what we always say. Like, people really like Ethereum, people have been familiar with Ethereum for a long time and so on, but have had contact with other languages. Like you mentioned Rust on Near, which is also really popular now. Move becoming really popular with Aptos. Sui is also like skyrocketing and becoming really popular in these last days. They announced the integration with Phantom Wallet and everything. So you see that these different languages also attract people, and this is what Move came in to do, which is to allow the Move language into the Ethereum ecosystem. And hearing about your experiences and everything, like you mentioned a lot of episodes in Turkey, and speaking about that, we also like went over the historic and what Bulent also did, like this shared background in Turkey. And Bulent, you in this like journey you had in blockchain, in entrepreneurship, and like your academic part as well, you have worked with numerous like partners, projects. You have done a lot of things in the Web3 ecosystem. And now maybe like sharing a vision, maybe sharing your backgrounds and so on. What do you look in a team when you are considering collaborations or bringing people into Move network? What are like points that you see when bringing someone in?
Yeah. I mean, these guys fit right away. So for like, I have a very strong technical background. I went to like the top computer science degree in Turkey, and I'm a very like, I've been helping people along the way. You know, with my entrepreneurship journey, I realized entrepreneurship is not it's a quite lonely journey. So what you want to do is like help people, and then they help you. Now you have friends you can talk about different problems. And I got involved in the crypto in 2017, 18, I think, around that time. And I was involved in the Solidity as well. I've always felt nervous or anxious when I wrote Solidity code. I was like, almost like, this is gonna break. This is gonna break. It just never felt safe to me. Like, no matter how much I wrote, I'm like, something's gonna go wrong with it. I just never felt safe to me. And then 2 years ago, and then during that time, I was working at different various jobs. And I was actually working at Facebook at the last company that I was working with, Facebook. And I saw this and I quit and to do my entrepreneurship journey full time. And then after that, I noticed this like Move language coming out. And I was really like that language, literally like the platform, the assets being separated into accounts and accounts being secure from like the smart contracts themselves. And I saw this like the potential. And when I wrote Move contracts, and I felt so much safer. I felt so much that anxiety kind of disappeared away from me. I'm like, oh my God, I can just write this code and I know it's safe and I can test it out right in the same place. I can like know that I can check my different resources and stuff. And so I really wanted to just got involved. And one thing and I noticed was like in entrepreneurship you want to pick, instead of just jumping from idea to idea, you want to pick an area of interest. You want to like, okay, I'm interested in this, and then start building in that space. So I started just building a move ecosystem about 2.5 years ago. So at the time there was like the ZK zero knowledge stuff was coming out, layer twos were coming out, and then move and EVMs on different ecosystems are coming out. And so I tried different projects, and then while building, I asked a lot of people like, hey, what are you actually gonna want to build? And then that research led me to this current Move network. A lot of people wanted to use Move language, but they wanted to be able to use be on top of the Ethereum ecosystem. So when I look at that's how we started. We have built like some of the principles for our company, and basically when I look for like new partners, I'm looking for that principle match between our principles and their principles, or that at least they don't have to say their principles, but when I talk to them, I can feel the principles they have. So like the passion for the project, the interest and capability of the team to get out of the ground. And these are the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. We're looking for because entrepreneurship and project development is a long journey, longer than you expect. It'll take a few years minimum, 2 to 4 years at the minimum. And you want to have a team that is like are willing to kind of go through that journey, and is capable. Like Veli mentioned, like he learned about Rust 3 years ago. That's around the time I learned about Rust. And I had no blockchain development experience, but now I feel pretty good about it actually. But I'm looking for people who are like willing to learn and like be able to do it, get it done, kind of mindset. And that's a lot stronger than just delegating it, like giving it to someone else. Oh, you go ahead and build it, and then we'll just use your tools and services. You have to kind of build your own services internally to be able to have that power of like seeing the feature set you have, seeing what the future is possible, what the future could be. And so builders have this like potential of like, they don't see challenges as like problems, they see challenges as like opportunities, if they're building it themselves in a team. So so that's what I'm looking for. Billy and I were connected, and then he introduced me to Ur. The team is quite solid. We already have another like gaming project. We already like sending to them, hey, you guys should work together. We're looking for like the synergy of like the compound growth, and people are willing to like have that affect that compound growth with us. So so those are the kind of projects we're looking for, and kind of go along with us in the long journey, and also is able to like build and kind of see challenges as opportunities, and then grow together. Basically, those are the things we're looking for. And along the way, these projects could be like bigger than Move Network. We'll be very proud to get them bigger than Move Network, because there's more opportunities for everyone in this space, and I think we should just kind of keep building and then just try to get there all together.
Yeah, and it's really nice to notice like what one says completely goes along with what the other says. Like what you said totally matches with what Veli mentioned about like his experiences, or what Ugur mentioned, how it all started or where the idea came from and so on. Like the end goal is always the same. Like this synergy is really interesting to take a look at it. And now, Ugur, you mentioned that Crack Portal helps both users and developers in this journey and so on. And now talking a bit about like, let's say I'm a developer and I want to, I don't know, like build my game on Move Network through Crack, or I want to enhance my game or something like that. Could you give some examples or explain a bit more how Crack does help builders to build their games? Like, what are some features you offer? How you help them? How you, let's say, offer them a consulting or something like that? What are the ways you can help builders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Crack provides significant support to game studios and developers by offering a range of powerful tools and features. Firstly, the Crack SDK simplifies Web3 integrations across languages such as Unity, JavaScript, Java, and Go, making it easier for developers to bridge their games into the blockchain ecosystem. With the SDK, studios can easily integrate their games into our platform and tokenize their game assets as NFTs, creating new opportunities for monetization and player engagement. Additionally, we offer tokenomics consultancy, assisting studios in designing sustainable token models tailored to their games. Our platform also includes an NFT marketplace, enabling the buying and selling of in-game assets as NFTs, creating new revenue opportunities for both studios and players. Furthermore, we organize tournament rooms where developers can host reward-based tournaments, enhancing monetization and player engagement. Most importantly, Crack serves as a gateway for studios to transition from Web2 to Web3. We provide them with the tools to introduce their games to a global audience without requiring any blockchain knowledge or additional budget. Our Launchpad also further supports full Web3 integration, helping studios unlock the full potential of the decentralized gaming ecosystem. Through these features, Crack empowers game creators to seamlessly integrate Web3 capabilities, foster player interaction, and unlock new financial possibilities.
Yeah.
Very clearly explained. I really like that.
Yeah, and,
Thank
and
you.
this now it makes a lot of sense because like in the beginning we said like yeah, it's a platform, it has let's say three fronts, gaming, DAX, and NFTs. And then some people
Mhm.
that are not used to how they may interoperate may think like yeah, this is a bit like I don't know, like I'm an NFT degen, maybe I'm not that into gaming, or maybe I'm a trading guy and I'm not that into NFTs and so on. But now, as you mentioned, this like how it works for the user, it makes a lot of sense. Like you're playing a game, and then your items or like your character attributes may be NFTs, and then you use the NFT marketplace to trade this with other players. And then let's say the game has an internal economy with their own token or something like that, and their DEX comes in really well to help in this part. So if you analyze this as a like a complete game running with all these features which you help the builders to develop such a complete game, then the complete platform makes way more sense. So for people who may take a look at this and say like yeah, this is really complicated and I'm not into that, as you said, like they will feel this once they get into it and they will see it makes sense. So and this is like every day it gets easier. Like if you took a look and in the past bull run what you had to do to on ramp or off ramp or to change from one chain to another and so on, it was way more difficult than it is today. Like today you do it way more easily with like better tools, with like in a fraction of the time you did it in the last run. Like say like this is just an example, but with more tools, with more options for users, this gets every day it gets easier, and this allows us also to address a bigger market. Now speaking a bit about markets, like which markets we're targeting and so on, the three of you have a shared background with the Turkey market. Like you developed projects there, you made partnerships there, you made connections there. You know this market really well, and we all know it has a big gaming market and a lot of creators, a lot of developers, a lot of people interested in that. Um, how does this help your marketing reach, like to get new developers, to get new users, to show this to people, or maybe even do like some in real life events and so on? How do you see this opportunity?
Yeah, first of all, Turkey's gaming market is rapidly gaining global prominence, with a young population making up 25%, uh, 740 active game studios, and 47 million players. Notable milestones such as acquisition of Peak Games for $1.8 billion and Dream Games reaching a $2.75 million valuation showcase the country's immense potential. This is a significant advantage for us, as there are many talented game studios in Turkey eager to leverage the opportunities of Web3. So far, we have connected with our 20 game studios and developers. Initially, we plan to launch with 5 studios and increase that number over time. However, our focus is not solely on Turkey. Crack is a global platform, and currently there are 2.5 billion daily active Web3 gamers worldwide. Crack aims to contribute an additional 1 million active users to this number.
Yeah, like I knew the market was big, but I didn't knew it was that big. Like I gotta admit it. This is like super optimistic numbers for all of us. Like this is really nice to see that you have this huge amount of people developing, this amount of people using it and playing and so on. And like for those who are in the community already, like are in the Move Network Telegram group or a company on X and so on, you'll see that we have already mentioned a few times, like maybe bringing in triathlons or in real life events and so on. And
Mhm.
Turkey is certainly a market for that. Like users there, people there should certainly expect something there coming in the next months. Like we're not talking like in the future or like God knows when. We are talking like in the near future. And Bulent, how do you see Move Networks supporting localized markets in Turkey for blockchain gaming adoption and to onboard more users and to like literally spread the word among
Mhm.
people?
Yeah, yeah, very good question. We do it multiple ways. I know that like Turkish gaming developer market is big, and I mean Turkey has a lot of like talent and like development talent, and using that in gaming is actually quite good to see. I was like watching peak games while they were growing before they were sold out, um, and it was surprising to me how like it was growing, and seeing that is really nice. There's a lot of game players, especially on mobile, especially with the mobile gaming, mobile devices. I mean, my mom even plays like games all the time while like chatting with me, like, hey, and then we're having a conversation. She's playing the game while we're having. So it's a big market. So what we plan to do is we want to like run maybe like an ambassador. We want to start with an ambassador program potentially in different countries, and to get like these people like involved in building. I think best way to like get them to use the Web3 space is to get them involved and then see the benefits and also see how easy it is. So what we target is like starting with Turkish market. Like we want to start with like Veli actually kind of spearhead this experiment of like with our DevNet launch. We want to do like a triathlon, like hey, try our DevNet, get started while we're like getting to our testnet. And when you have our testnet, you'll have like your game already probably built and ready, start using. and you'll probably have some users. We want to like utilize that. We want to like invite these folks, like showcase their projects with us, so that they can have like a little bit of marketing help. And so really be more open to these kind of experiences, to get people like really have hands-on experience on the development. And we're going to start with, like I said, triathons, like try our DevNet, and maybe hackathons, local events, in-person events. And we want to support these ambassadors, or like we call them either like developer relations interns, or like ambassadors, to like spearhead these. And we want to kind of support these local areas through them. Hey, I might stop by and show up. Maybe Martin and you and I will go to some of these events together, and then like support these people like to build. I mean, there's nothing to lose here. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is what I always say. Like I'm always saying that in all marketing ways I can, on X, on Telegram, on each podcast episode we do, as we always say, like if you're like constantly interacting with our posts, with the new stuff we're bringing out, if you are always like paying attention, you are interacting, you are showing you are there and you're interested, there will be a place reserved for you. Like we need people to be ambassadors, to believe in this. So if you are there, you like, dude, you can make sure you will be remembered. And in the first opportunity we have to have you as an ambassador, to have you as a OG of our community, you will be like, you will be called, you will be remembered. So once again, here's like the call to action. Stay tuned, participate, and don't miss out on what we are putting out, because as we said right now, like as Bullen said, what the future holds is really, really nice. And now let's say like I'm a guy that went to one of those events. Like I have some coding experience, I want to build a game and so on, but and then I went to a Move Network event, and like hey, like I know what's Move, I know how to code and Move and so on, but why should I build my game in Move? Like why couldn't I do it in, let's say, Solidity or Rust or whatever? How does the Move language specifically help the Web3 game developers? Like what do you see in the Move programming language that makes it suitable for GameFi? And this question like could be for Bullen, could be for Ugur, for Valley. Like what do you see that makes the Move language so nice for it?
I can start. I mean, I've been in the kind of speaking very early in the Move ecosystem. For me, I mean, just the and you notice it when you like write code, you just have this like your anxiety kind of disappears when you write code. But especially for games, there are some frameworks that we have in our blockchain that allows gaming a lot easier. So, like creating an asset, like a token for gaming token, creating dynamic NFTs, immutable NFTs, like NFTs that don't change, and you have a few of them, and then it doesn't change ever. Dynamic ones with objects, so it really makes it easy to use. To create for developers. But also, let's say like your smart contract has some issues and you want to upgrade. Users don't lose their assets from like a problem in the smart contract, because the assets are stored inside the user's account as the resources. And that way, like smart contracts act as more like an orchestration of these resources to be transferred between accounts, or manipulate them through the smart contract. It really helps like users to develop this way. The other thing is there's existing like examples for gaming, especially for gaming, because Move is really such a good fit for games, where you don't see that in Solidity. So you have to incorporate a lot of like tools and other things to be able to use it, to make it fit for gaming. But Move is like kind of starts like right away for you to be able to start using it for games. And the tools like verifying your code, testing your code within your smart contract, and like have like playgrounds and everything, is kind of set up and ready for you to use, which makes it really development very easy and also onboarding very easy.
Yeah. Okay. In my site, Move is very easy to learn from Rust because Rust is very very big and using several area, but Move is specific on smart contract development and not yeah, you don't care about security and other things, but in Solidity you can check every line of code and and other thing and maybe you can hack yeah it is very easy to hack. Do you know Ethereum DAO DAO hack, first hack in very important thing because it's very very easy to bad code from bad code, but Mo is has several restriction to your code securitize and other things. Yeah, okay. It's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree actually. Like there are things that like Move restricts you from doing, and it's not, the restriction isn't like a Rust restriction. Rust is like a restriction on the syntactical restrictions. It makes it so hard to write. But Moves is not syntactical restrictions. It's just this is the correct way of writing it and just simple, like one line, and like if the contract itself fails, like if you try to like let's say send a token to someone else that is a wrong address, you type the wrong address and then you sent it, it won't go because Move will be like, hey, that address does not accept that resource. It has to accept it. So these are like built in. The developer doesn't have to do anything. Like wrong address checks, like reentrancy issues, like you write smart contract, who can access those resources? Only the smart contract itself can access it, and or the user. Only user has to give the permission to be able to send that asset. So these are by default protected, which makes like you can just play your game and no one's going to steal your assets. No one's going to like sneak in and take your assets and remove it. So it makes it very easy like to develop.
Yeah, and now like for users that are listening to this and maybe are interested in what's coming next and so on, from the Crack portal's point of view, what synergies do you see between now the Crack vision with both users and developers and Move Network's Move's capabilities? Like, considering now you are integrating with all the features, all the points of the Move programming language, what synergies do you see between this? And also, like already a hook on this, what's on the roadmap for, like, let's say the next 6 months or 1 year? What could users expect? What could they expect to see both on Crack as a whole, but also in Move Network? Like, what features do you expect to bring to users, and what should they wait on?
Yeah, I think from Craig's like vision, like Move is a very growing ecosystem. So one thing I can say is that as a language, not the Move network. Obviously, Move network is evolving with the Move language. But what I can say is that the Move language itself is changing. There are newer features, newer like types of codes, newer syntax, and it allows you to write that code like even more beautifully. So I can see like Crack using all these like newer features. And we're probably gonna be like talking directly with them, like, hey, like what version are you using? Which features do you want to use? Like for instance, like you couldn't do like enums on Move until recently, even like for loops, like simple things like that. So you have to always have like a while loop, and I mean this is the mega technical stuff, but basically it makes it basic normal language support these things. And Move has been kind of until this point, it was more like, let's get it working, let's focus on the security and assets. But this year, 2024, has been the focus on language advancement and make it like on par or similar to other languages. And this year, they really achieved it. And then the other thing is like, the intent, like having like multiple transactions go together as one intent. It makes like security of like multiple like things happening. Like you maybe sell your token, put it on marketplace, and then send it parts of it to this account, to that account, like all together in one intent. And it succeeds together or fails together. That kind of stuff, like I think we're gonna like kind of incorporate those features into as Move develops and improves. And I think we're gonna work with like Crack to like take advantage of those things. But I would love to hear like from Ur, like what's your like roadmap and what are you like thinking the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, we have a roadmap by the first half of 2025. We plan to launch our testnet, followed by the mainnet, making it accessible to users. During this period, we aim to build an organic community from both Web2 and Web3 audiences, working to establish the Crack name as a recognized brand. In the second half of the year, we will introduce our SDK to ensure seamless integration for game developers and our AI assistant to provide users with a smooth onboarding experiences. By the end of the year, we plan to organize impactful events for the gaming industry and activate our launchpad structure. Yes, that's what I can share for now.
Any secrets? I'm kidding.
A little bit.
Nice. Yeah, good for you guys. On the development side, Veli, what are some of the features you think of bringing in?
Yeah, we will offer SDK and AI assistant. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, SDK is the core of this
Yeah.
project. Yeah.
Yeah, and now like wrapping up a bit on what we're talking about. I guess we can all say like what we have in the roadmap on and what we see like the synergies working together and everything. Users, as I said again, and I will repeat it how many times necessary, should pay attention to the socials, pay attention to our X account and also Crack Portal. At Crack Portal, follow them. Make sure to stay tuned on what they're posting and so on. And as we start moving forward, our DevNet is almost live and everything. Uh, the first users, the first members, the first ambassadors will be remembered. We'll have a special place there, and so make sure to stay tuned, to participate, and to like give your opinions. Say what you want to see in the network. Say what you want to see in the ecosystem. What features? What really moves you forward? And send this podcast episode to anyone you know, to your friends. Make sure to like spread the word. And now, like before wrapping up and closing this episode, I would like to say, Ugur or Veli, do you want to have like any final message or shout out you would like to have for the community, like one line that you want anyone to remember or to keep in mind?
Yeah, it was such a delightful conversation. Thank you so much, first of all, and here is to creating great things together.
Yeah, only additional one word. Crack is correct. It is it is item very
I keep saying, what's cracking? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And also, mood is correct.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Like if moved alone and Crack alone are already great, like together there's no stopping
Yeah.
us, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for what the future holds. And Bullion, I will also like to hear your last thoughts before we close this.
Yeah, we really want believe in this team, Crack team, and they believe in us, and we together we believe in Move. So let's get moving. Let's get this built, and then provide game players and game developers what's possible for us and for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, make sure to follow us on X at Move Network at Crack Portal. Make sure to join our communities, Discord, Telegram, and stay tuned. Like, participate, be there, show yourself up, and yeah, let's keep moving. The future of gaming, of blockchain, of Web3, of pretty much everything looks brighter than ever. And like, this partnership here has everything like to pave the way for more projects, for more GameFi projects, for more people coming in. So everyone, stay tuned for more exciting conversations on the next episodes of the Genesis podcast. And once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It was amazing to have you here to hear what you're building, how it all started, and we are really excited to have you on the ecosystem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.